before we start, or maybe we're on. I don't even know.
We probably are.
Is it weird that we had this much to talk about?
What do you mean?
Like each week? You ever wonder, like, there's no way we're going to be able to do another week, and yet here we are.
Like how
another
we
week
filling
down,
up the
or like,
time?
bro, we just went to Kansas City.
We have a lot to talk about this week.
We got a lot.
Yeah. There's some weeks when we roll in, I'm like, what the hell are we going to talk about? And then, we talk for an hour and a half.
we
I'm like,
do.
what the hell was that?
So dumb.
Yeah, it's bad.
Dumb shit.
Sometimes it's really bad. But
I know.
I think this is going to be a good one because we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
Cool stuff.
A lot of recaps.
Yeah, I love it. Well, let's not waste any time.
Let's get into it.
Were we wasting time? Is that what that was? Is that suggesting we were wasting time?
Can I say,
No, you cannot.
man, did we have ourselves a time last night? And then when I say last night, I really mean last weekend with the
Okay,
America
okay,
Royal.
Okay.
And I
I
can
wish
tell
you'd
you
start
for
off by
sure,
saying that.
if there was a beer, we probably drank it.
Yeah.
You know, if there was
Yeah, 100%.
food, if there was barbecue, we ate it. Yeah, so
If there was a bar, we closed it down.
Actually, that's not true.
hey.
I don't know about you guys, but I hardly ate that entire damn time.
But
We're just out there sweating, drinking beer all day long, and not a whole lot
no,
of food.
we
pretty
ate
accurate.
some food. But listen, if there was a hotel lobby, we shut it down.
look, all I'm
Right?
saying, okay, just starting from the intro, from airport at 8 a.m. here
Yeah.
Friday, hopping on a flight, just going in straight up from getting beers at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing fingers to anybody. And maybe just knocking down a slice of pizza at 8 a.m. I mean, they say it's acceptable, right? It's socially acceptable.
When you go to the airport, it's acceptable to drink or eat whatever you want.
Yeah. Is it just like is it just not is
You're on
it just a
vacay
rite
time.
of passage? Like soon as you clear TSA, you're just like, okay,
You're just like, you're on airport time.
You're
Whatever I
on,
want,
you're
or-
on it, when you go to airport, it's like there. It's like you're in limbo, right? You're in between like
there's
Earth-
no time zone.
Yes.
earth and heaven. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want there, and that's what airport means to me. That's why we're drink.
Airport makes people crazy. Like when you check your bag, you're checking
Yeah.
all the rules. You're checking all your inhibitions. Anything that's supposed to be doesn't count at the airport.
Once your
That's why
bags
you get
are
on
in,
the plane and you see these people that have flown 100 times walking around the plane like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Just sit down. It's a chair.
No.
Just sit the hell down.
once your bags have been checked, you're like, are you saying I can do anything I want? Yeah. Drink. First of all, there's a reason why the bars are open at 5 a.m. in a freaking or 6 a.m. in a airport.
So the
Right?
pilots can get a drink, right?
Yeah, it's they're thirsty.
Pilots.
When they clock out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. There's a reason why it starts that early, and there's a reason why we partake that early.
We have a listener that's a pilot.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Greg. I think his
Greg.
name's Greg.
It is Greg. Yeah,
It's
I wasn't
Greg.
sure if you remembered that.
I'm sure he doesn't drink at 5 a.m.
was
before
the-
he gets
Does-
on a plane.
well,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever flown with him, but I have met him. And
You wouldn't know. You don't.
he
remember
didn't
any-
seem drunk at the time. I'll
Hey,
tell you
It's
that.
all automatic
I would
nowadays
tell you
anyway.
this, Matt. For somebody that works for Southwest Airlines, that you would think they know the rules. I'm not sure if he actually does. He's probably working for the CIA or something. This motherfucker doesn't know shit about the Southwest Airlines. He just like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You work here for like 15 years. Yeah, but I don't know what that
17.
rule is. 17 years. Yeah.
I'm actually an air marshal.
Yeah,
I'm not
fuck.
supposed to tell anybody.
Okay. Well, good luck.
You're like Arnold Schwarzenegger from True Lies.
Hey.
Like a whole fake life.
No, it's like the wedding thing where it's like the girl sits
Wedding
down.
crashers.
Ready? I know you're an air marshal. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, and we almost didn't. When I say we, I mean Alex almost didn't make the trip because of his altercation
Fucking
with
Alex.
with TSA and him going. Look, I think it's just a miscommunication or misunderstanding. It's just a communication issue.
We don't do
Yeah.
bins.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
there's,
don't
Alex
want
is
to
like,
bend. I
there's
got a bend.
50 bins stacked up in front of the conveyor belt, and as soon as you grab one, and Alex is throwing his shit on there, he's like, dude, I'm not throwing my crap on. I'm not throwing my stuff on this dirty ass conveyor belt. And while no, we don't do bins, bro. And this lady just went off, and Alex is like, whoa, and then Alex like, copped attitude right back to her, and she's like, you don't have to have attitude, and then Alex is like, your mama's got an attitude, and then I'm like, I'm standing there just like like an innocent bystander, just like looking it on, like
Scooting away.
Right.
I don't know this guy.
It's like
I'm gonna get caught up in this web of just like, just like sir.
somebody's getting anal cavity. I'm just saying, right?
Nah, but
He's got drugs. I saw him. It's in his butt.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I did find it interesting that, and maybe it's just because it's Hoppy versus the Kansas City. them drug dogs were sniffing us as soon as we were trying to go through the check.
Did you see the
with,
dog
with the hobby?
nip? That dog was nipping on people, man. Like, biting on people. I'm like,
They didn't have
hey,
that.
get your dog back.
They didn't have that in Kansas City.
Snap.
Like, there was no drug dogs. It's like
Y'all okay?
There it is. All right. Yeah. Now feed it in, bro. Come on. Just
Apologize. I apologize.
Just stay in it, man.
So you may have to edit some of that out.
No, yeah, a
it
little
all
bit.
in.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck happened. I just dropped it.
Hey, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, roll.
Right.
Come on.
That's the introduction to the
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly. He's got himself a mic. He wants everyone to know.
There it is. I am here. Let me roar.
I don't even know where we were. Where were we?
I don't know.
So I
James got
found
it.
it. I found it weird that they had the drug dogs that search you leaving from Hobby to Kansas, but there's no drug dogs searching you from Kansas to Hobby.
Well, it's legal.
when it's legal there.
Oh,
yeah.
You would think that. Well, I mean,
I don't know if those were drug dogs. I think they were bomb dogs.
So they are.
There was a thing there that said that it was like a heightened security.
So they
They were
are
doing
bomb
extra
dogs.
checks.
Bomb dogs.
Checks,
They're not checking for your gummies, man. Yeah, you're good. You're good, James.
Why were you
Yeah.
sweating so much, James?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well,
James is like, I just ate 6 gummies. I'm trying to get on this plane. You're good,
I
James.
hit it up my butt. I was hoping they didn't get it.
Damn.
Oh,
dude.
that's good. But
We've
yeah,
had a lot of up the butt talk already.
know, right?
Seems
Yeah.
early in the episode for that.
so the American Royal. I mean, that was the time for sure.
Can we just say cheers real quick?
Yeah, bring it in,
Just
man.
bring it in. Can we do a cheers?
Matt, you
Like,
just do a pin cheer.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
not weird.
That might be like one year bad luck or something like that.
Wah, wah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like break a mirror. Yeah, you just did that, dude.
We get in the airport. He goes and gets pizza. Him and Alex start drinking beer. You didn't have beer, did you, Matt?
no.
No, we got on the plane.
Pizza
then we
was
start
awesome.
drinking some more.
I waited at least till I got to the airplane.
Right.
Yeah. With Bloody Marys.
And I got a Bloody Mary like a
Bloody
classy
Marys on the
person.
plane.
Right, I had Bloody
Yeah.
Mary
Bloody
too.
Marys on the plane. After we got off the plane, we got beers in the.
You got a beer in the airport,
Chugged a beer
And
by
they-
the time we got to back through security.
right?
and then I drank it all the way through baggage claim. This is how you said. Listen, if you're not doing this, what's wrong with you?
You were pre-gaming.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
Of course.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the airport just a little bit. We've talked about that airport before on the show. They redid the whole thing and put in the whole barbecue spot and Meat Mitch and a bunch of others. That was a cool airport.
There's
I
like-
mean,
no,
I don't
it's
wanna
2
go off on
breweries in
airports,
there.
but yeah,
There's several barbecue restaurants in there. I'm like, okay.
They had the scan your card and pour your own beer.
yeah, it was like a vending machine for beer basically, but
I'm
it was on
like,
tap.
Kansas City's got it going down, man.
Well, one thing I noticed that in Kansas, and maybe it's just an homage, they're just showing the respect of Texas, but it seems like there's a lot of items on their menus that reference Texas, like Texas burger or Texas something.
That's when
other.
you.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what are we doing here?
I think that's probably everywhere.
We'll be the judge of that.
Right.
Is that Texas brisket or not?
What
I
I,
don't
mean, what
know.
would what constitute it to be Texas? Is it like Texas beef or Texas flair, or is it just something that they think that?
I feel like if it's just,
I
if
think
it's just
it's-
good.
I think it's
If
like
they want to charge more, they just call it Texas.
I think it's pajamas, right? You put on some pajamas and it's got a Texas emblem somewhere. Those are Texas, So yeah, so I think they put jalapenos on it. I think they put a barbecue sauce, or they put a some fried onion rings. Like they think we're all like fat Americans that eat at the state fair, which is I love the fucking state fair, right? Like who doesn't want to eat a fried Oreo?
We're talking about Kansas City here. We're
but
not talking
no,
about like Europeans.
But that's what they think. That's what they think of Texas, though. And you're like, oh no, it's fine. It's Texas. We put let's put some fucking guacamole and some jalapenos on there. Like, hey man, we have Texas beef.
Yeah, I did.
We have Mrs. Baird's bread.
Yeah,
There's a whole lot of things about us that you don't got. You're welcome.
I did see a lot of professional bull riding on the television there at the airport coming
Yeah.
back.
No, we did see that for a while. It's a
good for
staple,
them,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. What else they got? They don't have the Astros.
I don't know. You guys got way more of a kick out of that airport than I did. I had fun at the actual Royal.
Yeah, the Royal was fine too.
Look, I don't get out, Matt. So
Yo, that's right. You never fly.
this is the first time I've flown since the Clinton administration or something like that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Hey, listen, our trip, I think getting just to the airport and then getting out of the airport with all of us, I think it's a winner right
Yeah.
there at that point, right?
That was pretty good.
There was a moment where like, well, we're going to lose someone.
That was Alex.
Keep her moving, And then at that, we couldn't find our vehicle. We couldn't, you know what I mean?
Then
Like,
we found it. Then we almost got into a
it
fight
on?
with an old man in the parking garage.
Yeah, that's right. Like, it just
He
things-
honked at us.
John was not backing down. The old man was not backing down. I'm just like, okay, well,
Alex was going to
Here it
climb out
is.
the window.
Yeah, it is what it is.
fun times all around.
But no, honestly, just going through the whole motions, and then getting to the hotel, and then immediately going, all right, we had like 5 minutes at the hotel, drop bags, driving to the Royal.
That Friday night for me, I don't know if it was the highlight, but it was a freaking blast.
Oh,
That was so good, man.
yeah,
Just running into all kinds of people. The shed hooked us up with beer all night long. Last year, I felt like we were walking around like, where the hell are we going to get another beer? This year, nah.
no
Yeah,
problem.
I'll be honest. I think we were just stealing their beers. I don't think they really just gave it to us. They
No,
were just
somebody told us at the
there was just a
beginning to go
cooler
ahead.
there, and we just kept going into the cooler until it ran dry, and it did run dry. I mean, we did drink
Did it?
Yeah, no, it did.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
notice.
River,
There's like
the
freaking
river
water sitting left. You're like
ran dry.
It's like ugh, like
Yeah.
freaking water. That's weird.
No, it was somebody when I think it might have been Brooke. It was either Brooke or maybe it was Michael Blazing Star was like, hey, go ahead, get some out of that cooler. And we're like, game on.
Game on.
Game on,
Hey,
motherfucker.
You messed up.
right.
You
The
messed
whole-
up,
the whole-
Mike with Blazing Star.
That whole
You messed up.
whole hog competition to me was like the best part. Like, I love
It
that.
is cool.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
super
the whole
cool.
spectacle of it, and everybody like doing their presentations, the judges going around. I don't know. It was just like kind of a really cool event. And we don't do whole hog down here in Texas,
Right.
so it's kind of like a unique
Yeah, but
experience.
I don't listen. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about or anything else.
Good start.
Yeah, sounds accurate so far.
However, when you put a hog on a pedestal and you put it in your smoker and you smoke it at a certain degree for, I don't know, 15 hours, yeah, I get it. It's a lot of work. I get the fact that it's a lot of work, right?
There's a lot to go.
But I
into
feel
that.
like there's a whole lot of inconsistency happening with this whole hog cooking that, like, they're just not taking into account for. Like the shed's hogs looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They got third. The appearance alone, that was first, in my opinion.
Oh, the color
Right.
was perfect.
Flavor, great. I mean, it was good. Like I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think Matt said he tried most of them, and he said that was his favorite.
I
one.
tried
Exactly.
all.
I'm
but
not
Boar's
sure
Night,
what's happening.
Who won? Which
Was it good?
fair is fair. But yeah, I thought the shed was the most tender, juiciest, and best flavored.
I thought Lambert's was good.
And I happened to see a judge walk away, and I saw a scorecard, and he had 10s all the way down the board for the
It
shed.
must have been close. I did
So-
see some of their. I was looking over Brooke's shoulder. She was going through them, and she had a lot of good scores. So it must have been a pretty tight race.
No, it always is. I'm just saying, it's 5 times in a row that they've won, and now is it becoming a popularity contest where they're like, you know what, we're just
To
going to
some
pick
degree,
this
I
team.
think it is.
You know what I mean?
There's-
It's
yeah.
not the judges are watching you do what you're doing, and they're just judging you on you, and they're like, well, got to give it to the shed again. And I'm not taking anything away from the shed because they had a whole hog they cooked with like 4 suckling pigs they actually cooked that were suckling on the
That
teats.
wasn't the shed,
That
but
wasn't
yes.
the shed.
No, not shed. I'm saying it was Boar's Night Out. But they have all of this. And you're like, yeah, great presentation. How did it taste?
It must have tasted pretty
Actually,
good.
now that you mention it, I didn't realize that was Boar's Night. That means
Yeah.
I did try that one. I didn't try the last one.
The one in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't try that one. I don't remember whose that was, though.
It
I
was,
don't know. The
that-
dude
that was
from
with
Texas.
yeah,
Texas
His
original charcoal.
Yeah,
That's his-
that was their team. I'm not sure the name of it, but that was their.
Said Joey.
Joey,
Yeah,
Joey
Joey.
Machado.
Okay, well, that means I tried Boar's Night and still thought the sheds was better.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
And it
They
could
were
be,
all pretty
it
good,
could
to
be
be honest.
you just got a different kind of.
Yeah, it's just
of
the
pork?
piece I got.
you
know,
get
so
belly, you get a shoulder. You have
I'm
no
sure
idea.
the best pieces were going to the judges, and they weren't handing that to me.
No,
Over there just
there's
mooching
no.
for some
Listen, there's no best fucking pieces.
Oh,
on
there
this.
definitely
It's a
is,
whole.
man.
No, I'm saying, like, you get a part of the belly, I get a part of the belly. Are you saying the part you got was better than my part? No, it's not.
No, I'm saying
No,
you
no,
get a
but
part
you
of
could
belly,
pull-
and then the other person gets a part of the shoulder, and
The
it may be a
ham
little
or
bit
the
drier.
loin or the
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I get that, but like, they're not serving they're not serving the loin or the ham to people. Go, hey, how dry is this? They're giving the best parts out. That's why they cut where they cut. They all cut the same areas, like, and they can ask the crowd, "What do you want to try?" Oh, okay, great. You get belly, motherfucker.
Right.
Here you go. And it's tender, it's juicy. You're welcome. I just think it's the way it rolls. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah. So what
I
are you
think it's
really
fun.
trying to say?
I'm
Are-
just
I
kidding.
know, it's really cool.
Are
Yeah.
you trying to
I'm
say?
totally
are,
just-
are you saying you
No.
could do better?
Well,
Are you saying
This guy's
they should,
never cooked a whole
Have
hog.
you
they should
not had
open up
Jan?
an
First of all-
amateur spot and just allow one team to come in that's not a professional
do it.
and compete against
Yeah,
them?
what's it take to enter
Do
that
it.
thing?
I don't know.
Just money?
First,
I would
it
guess
is
a lot of money.
It is a charitable type event that's
OBR,
put on by Operation Barbecue Relief, they raise a lot of funds for a really good purpose. But I think we spoke with one of the owner Friday night. Super cool dude. Got to hear a couple of stories from him and Frank too as well. And I'm sure we're going to have him on and Frank as well to kind of talk about those stories. But and they're doing the Lord's work for sure. But I hear a little, not really, not what's the word? I'm not envy, not envy. But I think you could do better. I think that's what I'm getting a little bit like. You just throw it on a stand and you just smoke it for 16 hours and it's it. I can do that. Anybody can do that. Let me compete.
No,
Is that how you feel?
I think there's no. I do feel that way, but
Okay, yeah.
I know there's a method, and I know there's a way of doing this. Whenever else, I'm just strictly saying right now. I think in a country of like whole hog cookers, I feel like they're scratching the surface of what's going on in middle of America. That's what I think.
because
I think there's some
it's
badass
a charity
whole hog.
competition. It's
No,
not who's the best whole hog cooker in the country.
No, but that's what they're crowning.
Well,
I don't know.
It's of those who enter.
They're crowning the 16.
Plus, it's kind of like a NBN style, right? So it's
No, I know.
Yeah,
it
I
is a
think you-
little bit of a popular. Like, how well can you show off your pig? It's not a blind taste
Hey,
test.
hey, listen. Mark Lambert's making bacon. Or no, I'm sorry. What was it? Making bacon.
Yeah.
Making bacon. Yes,
That was cool.
should have won. Right. I mean, it was so classy. It was
Classy?
Yeah, he had it. He had a whole wedding. He came out and said, "Dearly beloved, we were gathered here today with these two pigs," and he named them, dude. I'm just saying, it was a moment. Like there was tears falling, people were crying. There was rice being thrown in the air. Like you know what I mean?
They had rose petals.
Yeah, rose petals.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is, and then
He
all of a
did walk
sudden,
up and give me a little mesh thing full of
He
rice.
goes,
I was like,
Yeah,
what am I supposed to do with this?
and then they pulled the sheet off, and it was like now down to the consummation. And then I was like, oh, I'm watching a porno now. This is weird, right?
Move to the front.
Right. Well, hey, let's get a front row Joe and this little.
John, hand me that camera.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I thought it was very original. Stretch. Like,
Very
somebody
original,
stretch.
too.
Okay,
Stretch.
I'm sorry.
he's
I was
an
gonna
odd
say.
man.
I feel like your description of that whole thing.
It was
like if
amazing.
there's somebody who's just listening and didn't see it, they're just like, "What the hell are you talking
Yes.
about?"
Please explain
So
exactly
they-
what we saw,
yeah.
man.
I'm sorry.
So
Yeah.
for when they
Thank
do
you
the
for
whole
bringing it in.
when they do the whole hog competition, there's like style points essentially, like presentation points. So they basically had two cooked pigs in missionary position, like going at it.
One on its back,
and then
one on top.
Well, we know
Yeah.
what missionary
I'm
is.
just
John.
saying, I'm just in case there's any confusion. One pig was humping the other.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
they were
saying.
making
They're-
bacon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and then they turned into this whole spectacle. There you go. All right. So I just felt like somebody listening was like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Yeah. So
Look, kids, that's how bacon's made.
So Stretch with his Stretch has got a stripper pole going all the way up.
That was spinning.
Yeah, he's got a whole hog tied to this damn thing, and he comes out and he's like, "Well, guys, we all know about trying to make money, and this is charity, and charity's been working a little butt off." And I'm like,
Right.
"Damn, dude!" And then he goes, he looks down, he's got this whole hog that he's cooked down below, right? And he's like, "But this one was the madame. What did he call this? The one that was like she no longer has to." Strip, right? Or we on a strip pole. She's now like a lady of the night. I don't know what he was saying. It was super weird. I was
Crazy.
like, Stretch, bro.
He's crazy.
He is super crazy.
I feel like
yeah.
if we saw the score sheets, I feel like Stretch every year probably has like the most presentation points,
right.
of everybody there because he's putting on the biggest spectacle.
But he always overcooks or burns his hog,
Yeah,
It,
right.
it definitely looks like it.
according
Definitely looks
to
according to the shed.
the shed.
Right.
And, that's the one part I love about this because they know everybody so well and they're such good friends. But when it comes down time to like the cook off itself, they're talking shit. Right?
Oh, they
And they're
totally
like,
talk shit
And
to
they're
each
like,
other.
no, listen, we don't use so we did all natural, all this, just all natural beef and or all natural pork that we're injecting with, and we don't use phosphates like
Like Mark Lambert over
does. We don't use MSG like Stretch does.
They're all using the same shit.
Hey, they're all using the same stuff, and it's like, but they're talking so much stuff about it, right?
Yeah.
That part, I'm like, oh, okay, bring me up. Let's go.
Listeners, if you do want to see some of this, we already have, I think, pictures posted of some of the pigs, and we also have, I think, a video of Stretch's pig spinning around.
Her name was Charity.
Charity, I'm
Charity.
sorry. I have pictures of Charity, videos of Charity spinning around on our Instagram, maybe our TikTok, maybe both. I don't know. Check it out.
Yeah. Also, if you want to see a picture of Jan just completely obliterated and just sleeping in a lobby of the hotel, I got that too. Just go ahead and reach out to me. And,
James at
Screensaver.
GRABTHEBRISKET.com.
we'll hook you up.
We're not. Yeah, it's fine. Show it up. Show it up. Bro, what do you think about this?
I don't know what to think, to be honest with you.
I mean, so
That's
you've
exactly
seen,
where we want you.
So you've seen a couple of the videos that we're talking about, like it's pretty epic out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested on that bacon making bacon. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Well, we got pictures, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think that they cooked it like that, already in position, or do you think they cooked them separately and then
No, I think you have to
joined them?
I think you got to cook them
No,
together.
I don't know. It stiffs, right?
It seems like it would screw up the cooking process.
They have to
cook
get them in
together.
line. No, they cooked them separately, for sure.
That's what I was thinking.
There's no way they did them on top of each other.
We'll have to talk to somebody. I don't know. Once you get it cooked to that state, it's very difficult to move them.
Yeah, because
I
they're
mean,
falling
they're
apart.
ready to just fall apart.
Well, it's
So-
not hard to put one pig on top of another pig. I'm just telling you, it's gonna fit. Like there's four, right? One,
Like,
two,
I
three,
get
four.
the Tetris of it, but
It just
when it's
hits.
cooked that much, it's kind of like, falling apart. The meat's super tender and everything. I don't know. I'd be on the side that they kind of cooked
Yeah,
it together.
John, reach out to Mark Lambert
We'll
and see if
figure
he
it
can
out.
clarify.
There we go.
$50 on the table.
$50.
Special shout out to Kel Phelps and Janet Phelps over there at the NBBQA. Thanks for hosting us out there. They had a crap ton of live demos that they put out there from Tribal Fire. They had live fire cooking out there. You had Old Arthur's barbecue.
Old Arthur's.
Sucklebusters.
Sucklebusters. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of you had to
Cotton Gin, KB,
Yep.
Caden.
Caden.
Yeah.
And he definitely upped the like his whole little like shtick he's got going on there. Like it
Correct.
was before, it was just kind of like the trailer was there and he's passing stuff out. Now there's a whole tent.
Yeah, he's
demos.
got the tent for the NBBQA,
Yeah.
and they're.
I didn't
sharing
want
their
to say
stuff.
anything, but I know last year was our first year that we went, and the trailer was set up, and we did our whole thing, and it was really cool. But this year, I think maybe since we've been, influencing a little bit, man, they went hard in the paint, and Kel just killed it, man. They
Such good
Janet,
people.
Kel just. They had a mission to say, you know what, we're bringing our vendor, we're bringing the people that support us into this event. So they had they had live fire cooking, they had demonstrations, they have so much happening.
Try seasonings, rubs.
And on top of that, they had a whole booth set up, a tent set up where you walk in and then go around and see all the new stuff. By the way, the thermometer that winds itself up, that never needs a battery in your whole life, done.
We talked about that. Yeah.
Done,
Yeah.
right? That was
If you
out
listened
there.
last week, we had a ton of those guys on the show.
Yeah.
Tribal Fire, Zach Master,
Yep.
Caden and Kel. But all good people, all NBBQA members, and I think pretty much all of them are probably going to be at the NBBQA
BBQA?
the conference in January. So
That's it.
y'all need to be
January.
there. It's going to be a freaking blast.
In San Antonio.
It's
The
in
Riverwalk.
Texas.
The Riverwalk. Badass Mexican food, badass Riverwalk, and also kind of cold. It'll be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
actually
going to
looking
happen
forward
there.
to that. That's going to
Yeah.
be cool.
That means don't bring your straw hats. Bring your felts.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a felt hat now.
Yes, sir.
I got to find one that'll fit my head.
Let's have one made. Giganto over there. Just have one made, man. Quit fucking around.
Stitch two together.
Buy a whole cow pelt or whatever and have them make a hat out of it.
Yeah. I'm not sure it makes that. It's not cow felt.
What are they making that out of?
It's beaver, man.
Beaver? They make them
Yeah.
out of beaver?
It's felt. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
You didn't know that?
No. I have no idea.
You didn't know that, John?
Really? Okay. We're done here. Okay.
Hey.
Carry on.
Jeez, dude.
It's because of their hydrophobic fur that just beads off water.
Nice.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
No,
and-
I mean, it sounds. I believe you.
Yeah. Science is it's fun.
Science.
It was almost a perfect segue to just roll into the barbecue news when we had that whole
Yeah, we're talking about
NBBQA,
Yeah, we
and
should
then
have
we
just
got
done
off
that.
into furs and hats
go.
and stuff like
We
that.
do have a
But,
little bit of news.
John, hit 'em up.
Okay, the first thing I wanted to mention, I just happened to see this. No, I didn't happen to see this. Kel sent me this. This is brought to you by Barbecue News Magazine and the NBBQA. November 1st is National Vegan Day.
So we're grilling, right?
Right.
Yeah,
He,
okay.
he sent me this. He said, we need to boycott. We're going to be grilling that day.
Is this
Everybody
actually a
needs
thing?
to post. National Vegan Day? Yeah, there's a National Everything Day. There's fucking National Headphone Day. There's a national day for everything at
I
this
need a
point.
national grabbing a brisket day.
We'll work on that. But so grill on
Yeah.
November 1st and tag us and say, National Vegan Day sucks or something. I don't know. We need to come up with a good hashtag, but I think that's
How about
funny.
hashtag grabbing the brisket? Hashtag no vegan.
Yeah, that's good. I think we can make it better, but I like where your head's at. Keep thinking about
Good
it.
start.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to bring up real quick is the American Royal, as we know, is a KCBS event.
It is.
And I texted you guys a couple days ago saying, hey, the Machete Boys, which are Jealous Devil ambassadors, they work
Yep.
with Jealous Devil, won the grand championship for the Invitational. 520 teams or whatever the hell there was out there.
That's right.
Well, here's the thing.
Well,
He just posted on his Instagram today, the Machete Boys, and I'm just going to read this. It's a little bit long, but it's not too long. I'm just going to read it. It's with a heavy heart that I share this update. While I was initially crowned the American Royal Grand Champion, there were some scoring discrepancies. I'd like to genuinely congratulate Janky Leg Barbecue and his family for rightfully winning the 2023 American Royal. No words can give back their moment on stage, and I deeply regret the spotlight was mistakenly on me. I hope the KCBS acknowledges the issue with their scoring system and current processes. Reserving the American Royal World Series of Barbecue is still pretty cool, and sharing the stage with Jordan Wood and his family would have been awesome. Thank you for your unwavering support. Here's to our next chapter for the Machete Boys Barbecue. So
That's
they
actually a
crowned
great-
this dude, gave him what he did is obviously awesome. He posted a picture of Janky Lake Barbecue on his thing or whatever, but that's crazy. Like I don't know if you guys obviously, I don't know if the listeners have seen, like it's a big deal. Like we get to walk one of these stages, it's huge. And I don't know if Janky Leg was up there or not. I don't recall seeing them, if they had them at second or if they just completely dropped the ball or what. But he was up there sitting on the throne with the crown and
he deserves
the
it.
whole thing.
What did he place though? Was it like way off?
Is he
or Was
second?
it like,
Hey, is this
This
dude
guy?
second?
yeah.
Yeah, he was second. He ended up being reserved.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that would
Yeah.
suck if you thought you were grand champions. Like actually, you were.
So
like
I don't know
the
where they
100th.
actually had Janky Leg, if they had him second and they just had him
didn't
reversed
know
or
that.
what.
Yeah.
But the way he said we should have been sharing the stage makes me think that they really dropped
Like
the
he
ball and that
wasn't on
guy
the stage.
wasn't up
Oh,
there.
he wasn't even up there at all.
Which makes
We gotta
that's
get some
fucked
more
up.
details on
That's
that.
brutal.
Yeah.
Like not getting to walk the stage and you won.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, here's your ribbon.
Not cool.
Yes. And this,
Not
I'm just
cool.
going to clarify. This is not the Royals' fault. We love the American Royal, but KCBS, get your shit together.
Ugh. I wonder what happened. I wonder what the issue was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody can't do math, I guess. I don't know.
It's definitely one of those got to get away moments. Like what commercial is that?
Right. Southwest.
Want to get away?
Southwest commercial.
No, now we need to make one of those. We need to make a TikTok now with the whole "we're sorry."
Hey, we should make a spoof where we just do a whole video and we'll like somebody's wearing a KCBS shirt, right?
They show up and
Hey,
yank away the Yeti they won. Like,
Hey guys, we need to talk to you for a second. Listen, the scoring didn't work out. We're going to just need this back.
Right. I'll be the Machete Boys, and I'll just be standing there with like a machete.
right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what?
What?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. We brought in a new guy, and it's Frank. It's Rick over there.
He didn't
and
know.
Look, here's the deal. Rick.
He didn't know.
Rick's dyslexic.
Yeah.
And we decided to put him in
Hey,
one
the
of the
eight-
most
yeah, hey,
important
listen.
spots of this whole barbecue thing.
Bro.
That's my bad.
Hey.
Hey, I take the blame.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the 8 looked like an 8, and he didn't know. So he's dyslexic.
Anyways, congratulations to Janky Leg and Machete Boys.
Yeah,
that was
100%.
super classy that he wrote that out there.
Hey, it was really well written, and yeah, 100%. Very classy.
I planned on going through and like giving shout outs to a bunch of other people, but I don't think we should until they've actually released all the scores because they haven't done it yet. They
No,
haven't
they're too
put all
afraid.
the, they haven't
They're
put
too
it all out
afraid.
there. So once they do,
They're shaking
I guess
their
next
little
week,
KC boots.
Yeah. So we do have some friends that got some walks, and we want to recognize them, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till next week.
Listen, guys. When you're at the Kansas City barbecue and the World Series barbecue, if you want the CBA to step in and help out with this, we're more than welcome to do this.
We know some people.
I'm just saying, we know some people, guys. Let's go.
Math is hard.
Yeah.
It's that new math.
That math ain't mathing.
I feel like they just need some iPads or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
CBA.
Like the
What?
CBA does? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got for
Yeah.
the Hot Off the Grill barbecue news.
Let's go.
You missed your old sound.
Yes, I want to push a button.
We need to get you a button just for that.
Give me
a fake button?
Hey, is there? Do we have a cooler here?
You didn't bring
Yeah,
some beer?
I'm just gonna. Yeah, thank you, John. Let's get a little cooler action happening. Hey,
Did you not want to just go
hey.
into
So
the-
while we're here, like, should we like pay some bills or do we go into?
Just say it with gusto. Just say it. Just command the room and tell us what you want to do, Jan.
I'm ready to pay some bills.
You know, smoking meats isn't just cooking, it's an art form. The aroma, those deep flavors, the patience, it's a whole experience.
And behind every great artist, there's the right set of tools. If you're aiming to build your own barbecue pit or dreaming of a custom design tailored just for you, SmokerBuilder.com has your back.
Led by Frank Cox, their expertise is unmatched. Offering blueprints, kits, and insights, they turn every barbecue dream into a flavorful reality.
Imagine your backyard, the center of attention, and at the heart of it, a smoker that's uniquely yours.
It's more than just equipment. It's about crafting those unforgettable moments. And with the guidance of Frank and his team, you're setting the stage for magic.
So whether you're a seasoned pit master or taking your first steps into the smoky world,
Head over to SmokerBuilder.com, fill up your carts, and be sure to use the promo code GRABTHEBRISKET in all caps to receive your 10% discount. Smoke on.
threw down some ribs last night, used the Chicks That Smoke spicy rub, mind blown.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chicks That Smoke spicy barbecue all-purpose rub, dude, it is a game changer for sure.
Yeah, if you folks have not given it a shot, you need to.
Honestly, your barbecue will thank you.
Chicks That Smoke, it's at Sucklebusters.com. Bro, you know that new Dalstrong knife I just got?
The ridiculously sharp one that I almost cut myself on? Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But seriously, it made such a difference in my grilling. Every cut is so clean and precise.
And it's true what they say, a sharp knife is actually a safer knife.
That's accurate. And if our listeners want a new badass knife, they need to go check out Dalstrong.
We got a discount link below right in our podcast description, and just be careful, they are sharp.
Dalstrong, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Dave, host of the Beer in Front podcast. Every week, I'll talk about a beer that maybe we've forgotten along the way while we're getting those check-ins and badges. Sometimes I'm going to talk about a new beer that has potential to be a classic. You could check out the podcast wherever you listen, or you could catch videos over on YouTube and TikTok. Remember, sometimes the beer in front of you is the best one yet. Cheers!
Hey guys, Frank Cox here from SmokerBuilder.com, and I'm back with another edition of Frank Knows What's Wrong With It. So I wanted to hit again on what we talked about in the last edition, which was my smoker runs too hot. So by the way, if we haven't covered your topic yet, make sure you're sending those in through the Brisket Boys helpline, which should be somewhere here on this screen. I'll get those, and then I will be glad to get your answer in the queue. So make sure you listen to every episode. That way you can get a hold of your question being answered. Anyway, let's get back into it. So the smoker running too hot, we talked about in the last episode, is controlling how much fuel and how much air. And this is more or less like assuming that your smoker is designed properly and we have a condition that's wrong with how we're running it. So we're going to pivot that conversation on this episode to be like something's wrong with our smoker. So if your smoker is an offset smoker or a drum smoker or something like that, especially if your smoker is a box store special, This is something that you've bought at like Academy or Home Depot or Lowe's or some farm store, something like that. Typically like an Oklahoma Joe pit or something like that. So what'll typically cause this problem is a lot of leaks around the air inlet. The basket is full of charcoal just because that's the size of the basket and we just filled it up and lit it. Another thing could be that we've got too much draw going through the pit. We're not using our smokestack correctly. Anything like that. Also, there's doors on these fireboxes, I should add, that open from the side so you can use them as a grill, or places where the cooker is bolted together. These are notorious for leaking. Now let's get into drum smokers also. I know there's a few drums out there that are in the $4.99 and cheaper end of the spectrum. And these things, sometimes they don't even come with a thermometer on them because they don't want you to look at the temperature gauge. You know, for instance, the pit barrel cookers is one thing. Those are a cheap drum smoker. They usually have just a circle cut out on the bottom and a little circle plate that goes over the hole. And this is how you're expected to control temperature. So in this case, what we have is too much oxygen getting into our fire or where our coal bed lives. This is always going to cause your smoker to be hard to control. A lot of times what people will try to do is get a bunch of gasket material and seal this thing up. And that's a great idea. There's a lot of gasket material out there that can help. But you might actually want to pull this thing apart if it's a bolt together pit and actually silicone in between those surfaces when you put them together. Another thing you could also do on the drum smokers is you could look for an aftermarket part. There's a couple of websites on the internet that have like dampers and stuff that you can literally take the little blade off and bolt this damper assembly to the side of your drum cooker. That's a great way to go about it. You can look at replacement modification parts such as dampers and things like that. So anyway, I hope that helps. Make sure that your smoker is sealed up so that you don't overshoot temp and you make this experience easy. Another thing you can do while we're hitting on it is you could also downsize how much charcoal you put in the pit when you light it up and maintain that coal bed every 30 to 45 minutes. You're just simply going to put a new split of wood on and make a smaller split, usually about 2 or 3 inches in diameter and about 10 inches long is good for the smaller box store pits. Anyway, that's it for this edition. Hey, till next time, keep your smoke thin and blue. And I tell you what, make sure you send in questions because I need stuff to answer and talk about. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
Hey, honestly, I think our Saturday out there was I think it was filled with a lot of interviews and a lot of people walking around, but hanging out with Frank and just getting to know this guy, he is so smart. He knows so many freaking people. I know that at one point we're part of their group there, and they were doing the fajitas and whatever else. Those Super 55s, they look amazing. Like that paint they're doing on those things, I really think somebody should look at those. I know we have one. Do you have an idea of like how we want to paint this damn thing and get it up? Or we're not doing? Are we doing the UDS? Or are we doing a painted version of a UDS?
The one at the house, I think we're just going to keep it
Ugly.
al natural.
Patina?
I think we just want to keep it
Okay.
ugly.
Well, we got some more coming on the way. I mean, we'll have plenty to put together and get painted. And
Yeah.
I don't think Jan likes that answer or whatever.
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that, I mean, from what I heard, from what John has like put me on to, is like we were going to get some more drums in
Yeah.
at some point in time so we can decide on either getting it painted or not painting it or however you want to do it. I don't want to, I mean, the thing's already glued and siliconed and bolted together. I don't want to break this thing all back down again just to turn around and send it out to get friggin' painted and then have to assemble the thing again. You know what I mean?
You sound very lazy.
No, we're gonna get another one.
It's not laziness. I mean, it's just I'm ready to cook on it.
No, I know that right there I get.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to break it down and have it painted because I can't cook on it. Is a perfectly acceptable answer. When you say I don't want to break it all down to have it painted just to put it back together, that sounds lazy to me.
Well, we already
right?
he's right. We did already put all the silicone, the heat. The
No, I
stuff
know,
that you bought.
I know.
Like, it would be a pain in the ass at this point. But I feel like we know how to do it now. And I have seen a lot of folks that do like the clear coat on these that are like the patina look that look fucking cool. It looks like a rat rod, but it's It's a smoker.
Hmm.
It's cool. I like
I'm
it.
fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it was just cool hanging out with him. He's super smart, and yes, he knows a ton of people, and he's been in the game for a long time, and he's probably a master genius. It was just cool hanging out with him, and I just wanted to bring that up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was cool, man.
Yeah, no, it was definitely you know, like I said, we've met him several times, and it's always great to hang out with the dude and pick his brain and learn from the experiences and the knowledge that he has to share, and he's willing to share it to anybody and everybody that wants to listen to it, which is beautiful. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
The dude's got some energy.
Well, that's why we have Frank Nose, right?
Exactly.
There's a reason why we got Frank Nose. Let's go.
I love
Dude,
that. Hey,
keep
keep those
your
questions
smoke
going, guys.
Thin and blue. Is that wrong?
No, that's accurate.
That's accurate. This
Yeah, no,
guy
that's good.
knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
If you're having an issue with your smoker, you have an issue like, man, I just can't get this thing to run the way I want it to go. Whether you buy an Oklahoma Joe, whether you buy a backyard cook that costs you $2.99 on some special at Walmart or some special at Sam's Club or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. This guy knows how to make it run efficient, right? So call us, let us know, write in, ask us, like, hey, give us the scenario. It's going to get answered.
Tell us what's going on. Yeah,
Let's
it's funny he mentioned that the pit barrel cookers are cheap because I was looking them up the other day and they're not that cheap.
No.
Like for the price, you should be buying one from Smoker Builder or somebody else that's doing the custom
Or
from-
smokerbuilder.com because
Right.
the difference is the amount of engineering that's gone on in these pits. You buy one from Smoker Builder, they've done the math already. They know how the barbecue pit's going to run. The baffles are in place and they're arranged in a way that it's going to allow the pit to run efficiently. James, we put this thing together. You light it up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The next morning, it's 160 degrees, and it still wants to go, I need more fuel, but I'm ready to cook.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
That's the mentality of the cooker. It never wanted to flame out. It never wanted to burn hot. It never wanted to do anything. It wanted to just run like a champ. So that's the difference.
Well, I love the what Frank was saying is like you have two mindsets there, like people that are into that has like an issue going on with their barbecue pit. Usually it's just kind of reactionary, trying to figure out how do I. It's almost like trying to fix the would you say the ailment, the problem that you're having.
Sure.
You're not getting to the root cause of what's causing this issue. You're just fixing the symptoms. Yeah. So, and by doing what Frank was saying, it's like you're getting to the root cause of why your pit is. Because usually a lot of people, it's like my fire's running too hot, and their nature is just I'm just gonna close off every baffle that I have on this pit. And I'm just gonna choke it down. And then now it's like you got billowing white smoke coming out.
You bought 30 pounds of charcoal and you put all 30 pounds inside of that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, maybe it's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, why does my food taste like just bitter, just charcoal? It's because it's just rolling in all that dirty ass smoke.
Why does Sweet Baby James just cook better barbecue than us?
Right, because I know my pit.
He knows how to fire manage.
Correct.
There it is.
Yeah. And if you do want to get something from him, we can get you a discount on that. Go to our website. And I think the code is GRABTHEBRISKET. But reach out to us. We can send you a link or whatever you need. But one of my favorite things about this before we move on is his phone number is on the website. And if you call it, he's going to answer. You're not going to get somebody's whatever technical support, whatever. It's Frank. You're going to call the number and Frank's going to go, hey, this is Frank.
Hey, no,
And
I
he's
don't
gonna
think
answer
I don't
whatever
think he
question you
sounds
have.
like that.
That's what he sounds like.
Okay, say it again.
He and I are
Just say it again.
very close.
Just say
We
it
talk a lot.
Hey, say it
Hey,
again.
this is Frank. That's what
Okay,
he sounds like.
okay,
That's pretty
listen.
close, right?
It actually
That was pretty
it
good.
actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But he said it the second time. Listen, I don't know very many people that actually put their cell phone number or their work number or whatever else
Mine's on our website.
On a website. I know. I saw it the other day. I was like, well, I guess you and Frank do. You know, and also your address.
We want to help.
Super weird.
We
man.
want to help people.
Yeah, you have to.
That's it.
But yes, day or night, preferably like 3 a.m. He loves calls at 3 a.m. Call Frank at 3 a.m. and just let him just dissect what's going on with your barbecue.
And there
pit.
goes our sponsorship.
Let's go, Frank. We love you, brother.
And while you are in the mood of calling people, just go ahead and hit up that hotline for grabbing the brisket.
It
We
is.
want to see your wins and your fails.
What's that number,
We want to
James?
hear your wins and fails. I do not have
Yeah,
it
keep
memorized
it going.
on the top of my
We want to
head.
hear wins and
pulling it up,
fails,
just
But
pulling
I
it
know
and we want to hear the wins and fails.
I know Raul's
So
over there. He's
you call
got
that
the graphics
number,
going, so it's going to be coming across
you call
the
that
screen any
number,
second
and
now.
you go wins and fails.
434-829-2299. 434-829-2299. Call it in. Give us your wins. Give us your fails. Give us your
Yeah.
recipes. Give us whatever you want. We want to share it.
Hey, 100%. Can I give you some feedback real quick?
I would love that. Would you?
So I actually had some feedback today, and somebody listened to our video that we did, our podcast that we did with Hometown, and they came back and was like, "Dude, like I didn't realize y'all have gotten really good. This is a really good podcast." He goes, This is really put together, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Did they see where I kept leaning into the camera?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That
how
was a rough one.
Yeah,
I may have
I'm
just
not
listened
sure.
to it.
Oh, that's probably better.
But the comment was like, you guys have gotten really good at like doing like interviews. You know, I'm like,
I was expecting more criticism, but thank you.
no, it was a great
Positive feedback. I
yeah.
love that.
So the other night I stopped in, had a few cervezas, and I saw Ram's wife, and she was, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And she's like, "Hey, we're ready for round 2." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Hey, did you see it? Did you watch it? We just put it out there a couple of weeks ago." She's like, "I did. We loved it. It was amazing." I was like, "You guys should do one on your own." She was like, "No,
No, they want to be on ours.
we just want you to come back." And I was like, "Okay."
They want to sponsor us. Is that
They
what you're
do.
saying?
I'm
Okay.
saying there's a sponsorship right now. It's happening. Let's go. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah. And that is beautiful. I love to hear
Yeah.
that. And we have this wonderful podcast studio here, Pearland Podcast Studios over here.
right.
So I'm sure we can do a lot of accommodating for them. And
Charlie Mike.
Mike, and their friends and families. We can have a nice gallery just to post it up, and lots of maybe Ram will cater it. I don't know, just spitballing. But
I have been thinking about those quesadillas. Those were pretty good.
They're really
like
good,
those.
man.
Those were good to eat.
Like the baller board.
yeah.
That baller board is legit, dude. Like when the queso's being drizzled, the cilantro on top, the
Yes.
ribs, the quesadillas, the wings. I was like, yeah.
If y'all want to
let's-
see what we're talking about, and you have not watched, or maybe you did listen to the Ram, the last episode.
Yeah.
At the very end of it, if you watch it on YouTube, the last minute or 2 minutes is the building of the baller board and some video, and you get to see the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
It's
So Go
amazing.
to our YouTube and check that out.
It's phenomenal. It tastes phenomenal. Let's go.
can I suggest maybe a grabbing the brisket board, like, just the baller board where you just get like one giant brisket,
One big beer,
and
Just a
like
brisket on a board.
maybe just like a huge, just
like a 64-ounce beer. or
3-liter beer
Right.
or whatever. It's
But like with 4 straws coming out of it, right?
like
Ram,
so, like,
just let us know. We got the smoker. We'll hook it up one
Let's go,
Saturday.
Ram.
We'll make it a charity event. Let's raise some money. Let's
Dude,
do
I
something.
love that.
Yeah.
I'm on board for that.
So the one thing they wanted to see is like, hey, listen, we had a lot of people saying like we wanted to hear it local, like we wanted to hear it live, and I'm not sure if
Raul,
is that possible?
can you?
Can you do that?
Man, we can do whatever you want, man.
I mean, like seriously. So we were just talking the other day about going on location, and then somebody goes, "Well, I think Raul's going on vacation with this because we're about to." I'm like,
Yes, we were talking about this. Next time
Yeah.
we go to the Royal, we need to have enough money to just bring them with us. They
dude,
can follow
I'm
us
telling
around
you.
recording.
Say when I'm there, man.
go.
Hey,
It's
and
happening.
you got the best in both worlds in me. You got a DD also, so yeah.
Right.
Hey, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
There it is. Hey, you heard it here first.
He'd be at the end of the weekend. He'd be like, oh, "Guys,
Hey.
I don't want to do this anymore. You guys are out."
You heard it here first, folks. Grab the brisket, got a DD.
Speaking of DDs, I think that's a good segue into the grabbing the brisket.
Beer review. Cha cha cha.
Who brought it this time?
James got it to this time. So I know we discussed it. It's October. It's Oktoberfest. It is the time.
Does that say
I
fucker?
might need Matt to translate for us. He's more versed in these German-styled beers, but
It's Tucher.
Yeah, he said you're super white.
we got this at HEB. They had 3 or 4 brands.
He will
or-
ask the questions. Not. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
So they had 3 or 4 different styles of beer. I've never heard of this brand before. It is brewed in Germany. As we do a little reading and a little research.
Yeah, I'll tell
Is
you.
that
So
is that Tucher? Tucker? Tucker?
This
What
is
that?
like a Feist. Is it Festbier?
Vice.
yeah,
It's like a
Fest
Festbier.
beer.
This is a festival
Yeah.
type beer, yeah.
So I'm wondering though if this is like a real Oktoberfest, it's going to be like very light colored.
It's like a Marzan or something. What is this?
Well, Jan just used all the Oktoberfest beer words he knows.
You got anything else?
You're welcome.
5.8% alcohol by volume, and this is a pint.
Words are hard for you.
Edit that out, Al.
A authentic Bavarian special lager, full-bodied golden fest beer with natural balanced finish, brewed and bottled in Germany. Let's freaking go, man.
What does that say on the top? Enjoy Bavarian what? If anybody can read that, I'll give you $1.
Geimchelicht.
That's
That's not good enough?
Yeah.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yep, Geimschlicker.
Yeah.
Geimchelicker.
Enjoy Bavarian Klangschlagscha. Yeah, it's very harsh. It's very harsh
Yeah,
language.
this is a full-bodied like golden fest beer.
Yeah.
It is very light in color. This might need a couple of drinks to really kind of.
I feel like I'm doing
dial this
disservice
in.
by not pouring this into a glass
To
too.
be yeah, 1%. It should be poured. Man, it shouldn't be drinking out of a cup like this.
Why did he look at you when he said that?
I don't know. I don't know why you said drink it out of a cup like this. It's a
I mean, a
can.
beer can. You know what I mean? That's pretty good.
It's all right.
I mean, initial impression.
What do you want?
I like it.
I don't know. It just tastes. It's pretty good. It tastes like a light beer, but it has like a little bit of a Oktoberfest.
It definitely tastes like the Bavarian. Like what's the beer that we had? It's not Polliner. There's a beer that we had a couple of years ago that was.
We've had a lot of
Talking
beers.
about like
Yeah.
the
No.
Gonna need more than
No,
that.
but I'm looking at James.
like
He
the
knows.
Trappist ales. Is it one of the
May-
Trappist?
maybe.
Or are you talking about the Oktoberfest that comes in the gigantic can?
No.
Okay.
No,
that's
he's
the
talking
Polliner.
about the ones that come in. You can get them in the bottles or
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the beers that can come in
Oh,
bottles.
those ones.
Bottle
They
beers.
come out in October.
Okay.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's brewed by monks.
Yeah.
They have different colored labels
Yes.
depending on
Yes, I am 100%.
where it was.
It's weird that you don't know
what
this,
style
guys.
of beer or where it was
have
brewed.
y'all
I know
been?
there's a white label that you can only pick up.
Is that the
that's-
Duval or whatever it is?
Crap. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever,
Wait,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Doesn't
look
matter.
now. We'll look it up. We'll let you know.
Listeners, if you know what they're talking about,
We're aficionados.
Right in.
Okay. Come on.
Nobody knows what the hell
This
he's
is
talking about.
go.
yeah, the beer with the labels that comes in a bottle.
I'll tell you what, I really want to like this beer. But it's, I don't know. It's kind of.
It's a little chocolatey.
What?
Try it.
I did just try. It's not chocolatey.
Like a Cocoa Puff.
What's
Not-
a nice
not
way?
getting that.
What's a nice way to say you're wrong?
Let's try it.
Been drinking it. What
Take
do
a-
you mean?
take a big drink.
Okay.
Malty.
Yeah,
Malty.
it's malty.
Exactly.
And it's like
dude. Why are you tripping on me right now? You know what I'm saying?
You said chocolatey. That's not the same.
well, chocolatey malt. Chocolate has a malt to it. That's on
You're
camera.
really trying- really
your
trying to
little
make that
belly
right.
laugh is on camera. You got to deal
I'll
with that.
Post it.
Yeah, you got to deal with that shit. Jesus Christ. Hey, get it together.
Hey, let me. I'll jump in there.
please do.
Can I first say 5.8? I mean,
Yeah.
definitely stepping it up a
100%.
little bit of a notch there. That is a full body beer, so this is not a light beer. You're definitely getting there. Also, it's a pint, 0.9 fluid ounces, so you get that 0.9
Hey.
extra.
It's like you're welcome.
yeah, it's just
like
that
the
like little,
Little
just
slap
like,
on the
here
ass.
you go.
I got you, babe.
Honestly, it's very drinkable. I mean, it's when my first initial sip, yes, I got kind of that malty type whatever. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I like this, but it finishes clean. There's no like back end aftertaste that's just like nasty or whatever. It just like
Do it, James. Just say it. Just say it. Just say a number.
I'm gonna go with this solid 7.5.
Wow. Okay.
I like it.
That's
Higher than I
low,
thought it was
bro.
going to be.
That's low.
I don't know. I kind of really want to like this beer, but it's just like it's not giving me a whole lot. I don't know. I've just had so many Oktoberfest by this point that
What are you talking about?
yeah, it's
This
just kind
beer
of
embodies.
Is there anything wrong with it, or it just doesn't have enough going
like,
for it?
What do you?
It just
what do
doesn't
you,
have enough
what do
going
you
for it.
want from
That's
this?
What
beer?
is your? So what do you? Okay. Well, what is your score?
6.5.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's
just
fair. That's fair.
that maltiness to me though is kind of like I don't know, like a cheaper kind of beer maltiness to it.
Is it? Are they like?
Maybe so.
Are like the
He's saying it's
Germans?
I have no idea.
6.5 means it's a
I
good
would
beer.
I would happily drink this
I'm-
if anybody gave it to me,
know
but
what?
I'm also not going to buy it.
If we were at an Oktoberfest,
right.
I'd drink this all day.
You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
I know I'm
This
right.
is your take. This is your take on this beer. It's your pairing. It's your whatever.
I didn't pair it
yeah.
with anything, but
I-
yeah, I agree.
Do you think like maybe our German listeners are listening to this and they're like the Tucker? What'd you call it? Tuchers? Whatever it is.
Touche.
It's like the what's the shitty cheap ass American beer?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
Australians and like Fosters,
here's your-
right? You know what I mean? Like this is probably like they're that,
Right.
you know?
It's the
Yeah.
Americans in this drinking our like piss water, so to speak.
Silly Americans. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I don't think so. I think this is a beer that's probably been around for a long time. I didn't see how long.
It says
the can.
authentic right on it. So.
Yeah. So I you know what?
In that case,
I appreciate what's happening here. My score. I'm taking a drink.
Can I jump in here?
go ahead. It'll take him some time.
No, he wants to jump back in. Here we go.
No, you better go.
Okay.
Okay. It's an 8-1.
8-1.
8-1 for me. This is a great freaking beer. 8-1. Like, there's no like bitter taste. It's very neutral. This beer just hits. 5.7 is, it's amazing.
It's a 5.8 too. So.
I'm sorry, 5.8. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
5.8. It's amazing.
Okay. Fuck. I don't want to agree with Jan, but I already wrote my score down.
Yeah.
It's good. When I first drank it, I was
Say.
like, there's nothing going on here. But the more I drink it, it is super duper drinkable. And there is enough flavor in there to make it like,
I don't know. I'm
It's
liking it
hitting
the
for
less
me.
I drink
Just
it.
hit
The
the
more
hand.
the more I drink it,
Hey.
the less I like
nah,
it.
this is one
Just-
that like, if we
just
were
hit
at
the
an
pumps.
Oktoberfest and they were like, this is what we have on tap, I would just be happy as a clam.
Let's go.
This is really good. And I wrote down 8.0. So
Yeah.
Wow.
this is good.
It's
This is
great
good.
beer. It's a great beer.
I would
I
drink
think
this.
I think I'm
happily.
probably just comparing it more to other Oktoberfests and not
think-
just beer in general.
I think, Matt, if you were to shave your mustache or grow a beard, your score would be different. You know what I mean?
No. This is a more discerning thing. This adds a more discerning score to it.
Okay.
That's why it's a 6.5.
You're very
I
stern.
like it. You do need to clean up the other parts.
You're very
so.
stern.
I don't need to do anything, John.
Do what
Thank
you want
though.
to do. You know what? I'm just going to shut my damn mouth.
No, hey, he does. Hey, listen. Vive will ask the questions, not you. I mean, I don't know what's
He
happening
really
here.
likes to do that.
He loves it.
German
Loves
impressions.
to do it.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with you?
I mean,
Hitler at all.
All those beers on the table are his, by the way. Yeah.
You have a problem, bro.
hey, well,
It's good. And
Takes one to know
my
one.
favorite Oktoberfest beer is the one that you get in that giant
Apolliner.
the 80 ounce.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there. Like, why can't we just buy this like normally?
Yeah, why that all year round?
Why you just brew it one time a year,
Yeah.
or maybe
I
it's
think
brewed
it's
somewhere and
difficult.
it's just they just bring it to us one time a year.
I think it's
also,
difficult to brew.
HEB.
right?
I don't need another giant.
That's the only
mug
way you can buy it.
or
Yeah.
Stein. Just keep
For
it.
people who don't know, it comes in a liter or no, what is it's a full liter Stein, right?
Correct.
And with a can that's a
Yeah.
liter can inside of it.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't need the. I already got like
don't-
I know
five
we're
I'm
just
of them.
throwing
Hey,
those things in the trash. At
I'm
this
just
point.
throwing glass away.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm fixing to
need
try
it.
to come up with the secondary use of these things,
Yeah.
and maybe it's a self-defense weapon or something like that. Just like, I'm just gonna.
Hey.
When everything falls apart, I'm just gonna be on top of my
Hey.
roof, just like chucking them out there.
James, Ninja Star. Ninja Star. Just big old hunks of glass. Yeah. Good luck.
I'm getting like callbacks to our earlier episodes right now. Like, that's what it feels
episode
like.
3. Go back
Yeah.
and listen to episode 3. It's the same Jan.
Well, I drank before I came here.
I knew it.
Just let you know. Hey, I don't do it all the time, but god damn it, I did it tonight.
Matt, you cooked something the other day you were just telling us about.
No.
He goes,
Good
no,
talk.
good
Well,
talk.
and it's not necessarily about how you cooked it or whatever, but it was a cut of meat that we've never. I
so
don't know
yeah,
if
it
we've
was-
ever talked about it on the show before, so I thought
I wish I
Bring
could.
it
I
up.
wish I could remember the name of it, but it was like they called it a rib, but it had no bones in it.
It's like they do with like country ribs. But
Yeah, it was like
but it's
it
beef.
looked like it was like some kind of Wagyu chuck steak that they cut into like very thick, meaty strips. So it was kind of like a rib without a bone in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I mean, the reason I bought it is because I was there. Like I was having one of my days where I'm like, I'm gonna get out of this grocery store spending like $60 for my whole week. I'm gonna get all of my groceries.
I never have those days.
I do that. So I found like they had
out for $12.
That's what I do. Like I'm always trying to find like the deal in there. You know what I mean? Like I never go in like this is what I'm buying. I'm like I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna find out what thing's about to turn tomorrow. That's gonna be the thing I buy. So, but anyway, they had this Wagyu steak cut up in those rib pieces like that. So I just took it home and I took all the seasonings that people have been sending us lately and I just seasoned each one of them up as a different flavor. And this was like over a pound of meat. And I was gonna make like multiple meals out of it, and I just sat there and ate like the entire
Smorgasbord.
the
How did you
entire
cook it?
thing.
Do you grill it or smoke it? Or
I want a pound of meat. You're like, no, you don't think like that. You're like, oh, it's really good. Well, let me try this one. And you're like, oh,
I even had the wherewithal to stop at
pretty
some
good.
point, and I was like, let me just see. I might be full, and I'm just kind of like in the mode. I sat there. I was like, no, I want to finish the rest of it, and I just sat there and ate the whole damn
how
thing.
miserable were you afterwards?
I gotta admit, like I was like feeling it in my skin afterwards. I'm like, hold, like keep it together, and I made it through the day. So
hold the line.
no, but I just threw it on the Weber and just
You did it early
directly
in the
over the fire.
day?
Direct over the fire?
Yeah,
That you
directly
said?
over the
No,
fire.
that's like a 2:00 in the afternoon type deal. You do that and don't eat shit for the rest of the day. Wake up in the morning feeling great.
I might have taken a picture. I gotta look, but it was just all this meat, and then I took my side was just a whole bell pepper, and I just threw it directly on the flames.
I love that.
And just charred up the outside of it. So
cool.
my plate was just a huge thing of sliced meat and a whole bell pepper, and just on a plate, and I just sat down. Just,
Dude, that sounds awesome. So wait, you cooked it kind of like more like a fajitas or something. You didn't like render it down or
I just
wrap
literally threw it
up or
directly
anything?
on, and
Was
the
it
char
pretty tender or what?
Yeah, it was super tender. The char was perfect.
Okay.
I actually hit like medium well, exactly what I was kind of going for. And one of the rubs I used was remember when we had the guy come by with all the Jamaican seasonings and everything like that?
Oh, yeah. Coochie.
Yeah, Coochie. I had
Cooking with
so
Coochie,
I had
man.
some of the dry rub from his left, but it was like
Reggae spice.
yes. And
That's it?
By the way, that was
the curry.
It came out super good.
Was it?
Yeah. In fact, today I was cooking some more rainbow trout, and I took that seasoning.
Where are you
and put
getting
it
all
on
this fish at?
there. HEB, man. For $5, you get 2 whole fillets.
Really?
Yep. It's like a weekly staple of
I
mine
never
now.
even stopped by their fish market. I guess I should.
But I
You
just
don't
never
stop
thought
at a
of
fish market?
No, not at all.
I just
go
never thought of
straight to
doing
the
like-
beef.
Missing
Yeah,
out.
right.
You're missing
Where's the
out, bro.
beef?
Well, no, it's whenever
missing out.
for my week, it's always a fish, a chicken, and a beef, and then whatever
Can
else.
our listeners expect some kind of rainbow trout recipe blog from Matt Sorge soon?
Sure, it's gonna be very short though. Sprinkle seasoning on, throw it in the air fryer because that's how I've been cooking it.
Okay.
That's a good idea though. Maybe I should put it on the Weber.
You should. You know what my uncle used to do? We used to go fishing up in Oregon with him, and we'd always catch rainbow trout. And I don't know if he was really a cook or whatever, but after we'd fillet or whatever, he'd throw it on the grill for just like a minute, and then he'd put it in foil and pour in like whatever seasoning, and then like fucking wine coolers or whatever he had. Wrap it up,
coolers.
yes, like seriously, and then just put it in there, and it was fucking delicious. But it's like in that foil packet, it just all the juices and shit stay in there.
Intensifies.
Yeah, and then you're just like eating it out of the foil packet.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of wine
was the
coolers,
best.
But hey, you know what? Let's do
wait.
one.
I had a memory just trigger there.
Let's do one. Let's go get some fish. Let's try it. A wine cooler or
We should do it exactly like that.
Zima.
He passed away this last year.
let's do one.
Awesome uncle. We should do that.
100%.
You were saying?
Hey, cheers. So a little bit of nostalgia, bringing you back to the '90s. I came across a video. It was about Zima, and wasn't just Zima, but it was a whole fad of all these companies bringing out these clear liquids, and you had I don't know, Pepsi Clear, and you had the
Nobody wanted to have a dark
Crystal
Coke.
Clear. Yeah, there was a
Coca-Cola
fad where
or
there's
like a
everything
pop.
was just supposed to be just clear.
Nobody
Sprite.
wanted dark pops.
Sprite
You're like,
Clear.
oh, yeah, right.
Correct. So, and then that led into
Water.
Zima.
Now everybody has
And
water.
Zima got into the mix, and I think if I remember correctly, Zima was a part of Coors, and they came up with this idea, and which I didn't. So Zima essentially was beer that they just ran through like charcoal filters to suck out all the I don't know, the impurity, whatever you want to call it, but it essentially turned it clear into this like malt like beverage.
Yeah.
And then I think, did they add like a little citrus flavor to it or
just
something?
Yeah,
fancy
no,
malt
it
beer?
did.
Is that what Zima was?
but
Pretty much.
Do you remember like going on vacation and then like literally going out to
it's-
like
it was-
you went to Colorado and then our uncle and aunt they were like, hey, he shows up. I was supposed to go, but I had to work, and so he went. And he was like, oh, whatever. But he shows up. Dude, they're like, hey, we bought you a 12 pack of Zimas.
Let me.
Oh,
let
I
me-
remember this story.
Yeah, let me
James
tell
is
you.
like,
Yes.
Yeah, let
bro,
me,
I don't drink Zimas.
yeah, no. Let me
Those
tell
are
you. Let me tell you the
disgusting.
story. Let me tell you the. And I know we.
But he
probably,
drinks them.
We
He's so-
probably discussed.
Yeah.
We talked about this story
Yeah.
before.
About
But let me
200
just,
episodes ago.
let me just go into it just really quick. I know we're probably up against the clock. Whatever.
It's fine.
But we'll get into
We're at
this
51
story.
minutes.
So, I wasn't really
at
trying
68
to
minutes.
I wouldn't.
Shit.
I wasn't really
Yeah.
trying to get let my aunt and uncle know that I was like a boozer and I loved beer and when I was over here just pounding them down on the weekends or whatever.
Zimas, right.
And my aunt Cindy, she drank Zimas, and I go over there every once in a while and you
Got
want,
some Zimas.
you want
You're
something
like,
to
all
drink?
right.
Nah, I'm good. You
Hey,
want
we're
something to drink?
alcoholics. We're
Yeah.
like, we'll drink anything.
You want
You know?
something to drink? Nah, I'm good.
Not really,
Here,
but-
yeah, I get the Zima. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll sip on it or drink it or whatever. And I drink it. Uncle Gene's over there drinking beer and doing whatever. So I was like, okay. We go on this trip, and then hold on.
Whose phone is that?
What
Dude?
are you?
It's you, bro. Take your,
me.
yeah, put your phone between your legs
Get
like
your
everybody
life
else
together,
does.
bro.
Damn it.
And so Uncle Gene was like, hey, we're going to Colorado. You want to go? I was like, yeah, let's go. And then Jan was not able to make it. So I was like, dang, a bummer. Mind
make
you,
it.
that was a trip that Jan wrecked my truck.
Oh, yeah, he
5
backed it
minutes
into
before
the-
if we
yeah.
left. But
Hey, just
so-
stop.
Really, bro.
Just stop.
Okay,
It
but no,
hurts still.
Not even about it. But so, do you want me to get my uncle? You want me to get something to drink, beer, whatever, alcohol, whatever? Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure, whatever. Just whatever.
You should have
know?
said something.
Yeah.
I like Coors Light.
That's the moment
I
where
like
I'm like,
beer.
You
just,
had your
James,
chance.
Just say what you like.
You couldn't do it.
I
But
couldn't do it.
it's James.
I couldn't. I was
Too
like,
nice.
"Ugh." And all of a sudden, boom, bust out a whole case. Not a 12 pack, not just a 6-pack, but a whole case.
but
of
in a box,
Zima.
right? A whole box.
In a box.
Are, yeah.
Just those clear bottles just clanging around everywhere.
Here's your drink.
So we drive that shit
Go on,
all the
drink
way
it.
up to Colorado.
Go on and drink
Yeah,
it.
the
And so we
Smirnoff
get
of the
there,
90s.
We get there, just pop a top. I'm like, actually the first Zima is kind of crisp. It's kind of clean, just like whatever. The second,
Hey, hold on.
third,
no,
I'm like,
hold on.
fuck.
After 4, you're like, okay.
After 4, I'm looking
we
around,
got
I
to
was
do
like,
something different.
we got any Jolly Ranchers I
I
can
got
throw in this
listen.
thing?
I
I'm
got
about to look for something. to
Raul's
like,
like,
flavor.
yeah.
Hey, I got a bowel movement about to hit.
Can I just can I
having-
borrow one of your Uncle Gene's beers and pour it in there and just make this a beer Zima or whatever? I don't know. But,
Yeah,
So we-
Zimas were a little before my time. I
yeah,
don't know.
we get to the point where I think
like
I get
Sprite, bro.
I think maybe I get a 12-pack in, maybe over a couple of days, and finally I just admit it's like, Uncle Gene, I can't drink this anymore. This is disgusting. Can I get one of your beers? He's like, yeah, hell yeah. He ended up going, I think, get me some Coors Light or whatever. So
He
the
goes-
rest of the trip,
He goes, shit, bro. Why don't you say something? You're like,
Exactly.
my fault. I'm an idiot.
yeah, I'm dumb.
I
But,
was. You spent $20,
Right.
and I want to make sure this trip was. They're like, dude, I can drink $20 in like 8 hours. Like, not good.
But so we tented it, so we're in a tent, and
Yeah.
it got kind of chilly there up in the mountains, and all of a sudden,
was a
Uncle
moment.
Gene busts out the space blanket. You know, I'm talking about the whole aluminum
yeah.
foil type whatever that insulates or whatever. So I'm all of a sudden there's some guns popping off like in the background. So Uncle's worried that somebody is out there bear hunting and could be a injured animal roaming. He's like, James, hey, just jump in our tent right here. It's like, okay, cool, no big deal. And I'm sleeping. Every time I move, I had the fucking dogs right outside. Dixie and
Jake.
yeah. And they were just like, I sound like a fucking big bag of potato chips. Every time I moved, it was like they thought they were treats and shit. The dogs are just like kind of just pawing at the tent, just trying to get at me.
in. Like, no,
He's
you're
like
not,
opening up the fucking treat bag every time I just roll around and move.
you're not getting in, Jake.
Some
Don't
point you're
even
just
worry
trying
about
not
it.
to move. You wake up stiff as a board. Oh, that's the best.
That's good times.
It's the
Good
worst
memories.
feeling. Yeah. Anyways.
So your boneless ribs turned out good. That's good.
Yeah, is that how that started? Jeez.
Hey,
Yeah.
great talk, man.
Now, I feel like this weekend's going to be awesome. So the South Texas, it predominantly stays warm all the time, but apparently this weekend I think we're going to dip down
50s.
into the 50s, which is going to be beautiful. Like so,
That's good.
I imagine a lot of food and a lot of barbecue being cooked this weekend.
Hey, so I have
Maybe
a
a
lot of
fire
ideas.
pit
I have a
or
lot of
something
ideas
going
right now
on.
for this weekend for me. So I'm sure that like if I'm thinking about it, everybody else is thinking about it.
If you guys are going to be cooking this weekend, y'all need to swing by and grab one of the steaks I have in the freezer. I cooked one from Heifer Hog Hen today, one of their New York strips. The thing looks like Wagyu. I don't know what the hell breed or grade it is.
Yeah.
But I did the New York strips, like 2 inches thick, freaking amazing. But I have a ribeye in my freezer from them that we need to cook. Y'all need to come grab it and cook it if you're going to be cooking.
Yeah, on your
Okay?
post,
'Cause it
on your
looks
post, you
amazing.
said 2 inch
Let's go.
twice or something like that. You said 2 inch twice on your post.
I did?
Yeah, I was like, what is a 2 inch twice steak?
Oh, I meant to say 2 inch thick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. maybe just let me know as soon as you see it so I can
Typo.
fix it.
I just thought
you know?
I don't never heard of a two inch twice steak. All right, maybe it means it's 4
Right.
inches.
Super helpful. Okay.
That's just like my
So-
my blog post that I
It
put
is
out
4
there
inches.
with the
Yeah.
Two and two.
2-2 brisket method that I put out there. I was like, John's like, what's 2-2? I'm like, where it's where you you cook it for 4 hours and you smoke it for 4 hours and you wrap it for 4 hours. I was like, well, maybe I should have said the 4-4 method. I was like, John's like, I'll change it. I'm like,
Throwing out random numbers. But hey, but honestly though, that's a good little segue. We
Yeah.
have a bunch of blog posts going out right now, recipes and recaps and all kinds
do.
of shit. That the 4-4 method is out there now. It's on our website.
4 for 4.
Yeah, and if you want to get some of this stuff in your email inbox, I just added a little thing on our website where you can go in there, put in your name and your email address, and you'll get a newsletter. We're just going to do it once a week. We're not going to blow you up like some folks do. Once a week, you're going to get a little email that has some of our recent blog posts, maybe a little link to one of our latest episodes.
That's right.
And that's it.
Recipes. Hell, it could be a message from John saying, "Hey, good morning. I'm just waking up. I just woke up, and
Links for some discounts, all that kind of
Yeah.
cool shit's going to be on there.
Yeah.
So.
and
Check it out.
one really quick pro tip before we get to the barbecue win fail. Anybody out there that is trying to blow up on social medias, they got a nice juicy fat steak that's medium rare, just primed to go video. Go to Grab and Brisket, go to our social medias, TikTok, rip off that sound, take that sound of you're being a bitch and post it on your video.
yeah,
People still blowing up with it.
I just saw one today. Like this guy had
No, you don't.
25,000 likes on his likes. He had probably over 1 million plus views on his video. That
Your
it was
voice
like,
is famous. If only people would
being a
listen to the
bitch.
effing podcast. That'd be
Hey,
great.
only if I got to
What
get
if-
a word in edgewise.
Hey.
That everybody just I'm just saying what?
what if that was the only thing you ever had? You're being a bitch.
That's my
I think
15 minutes of phase, and I heard that like multiple times at the American Royal. I'm going to tell you, hey,
Yeah.
say it,
Yeah.
say it for me. I'm like, say
Say it.
what?
You knew what
know.
they wanted.
You
You're
know,
being a bitch.
being a bitch.
Fuck, I don't want to say anymore.
He wanted to say
Yeah,
it.
I
Though,
know.
yeah.
He always
act
wants to
like he
say
didn't
it.
want to say it.
He
You
always
wanted
wants to say it.
T-shirts coming soon, guys.
Let's go.
Yes, yes.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Are we?
No, we have.
we have one more.
I appreciate you too, Jack.
Jesus, dude. I
Simmer down,
thought
buddy.
I thought we were killing this.
Simmer down.
Do we have two of these
Raul,
today, or
hey,
just
do,
the
do-
one?
Do you want to just step in and take over for John?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Bro.
you got one you got to read, and I think Raul's going to put a picture up for him to see. But then we do have an audio one, so let's get through these quick.
All right. So this one we got here. He says, "My name is Bryson, and they call me Cheese Curd. I competed this past weekend in the Decatur, Alabama, in the Kids Q event. I managed to have a great cook coming in third place. This competition was the pork chop category, and I went with a Hawaiian flavor profile. I was pleased with the practice because this weekend I decided to not go with any marinade or injection. I finished with a mix of new Bama Grill Master AP seasoning, and it added a little bit of pop, and I know it helped my flavor score. Thank you to all the judges at the SCA reps, Jack and Lisa Jennings, for putting on such a great contest." And there's a picture of them right there.
Let's go. Let's go with
Way
this
to go,
kid.
cheese curd.
Cheese curd.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
what's this kid?
Awesome nickname.
12,
by the way.
13, 14 maybe.
Or if
He's gotta be.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
Jealous
curd.
Devil
He's curd.
ambassador.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are those the pit vipers too?
Yeah.
Could be.
Dude.
Could be. They're big.
Hey, congratulations,
What's
cheese
up,
curd.
curd?
Cheese curd, loving it.
Yeah.
And then we have one more that I think Raul's going to play for us right now.
What's up, Grab 'em in the Brisket squad? This is Jared from Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Hopefully y'all are having an amazing day. And thanks once again for having me on the show a few weeks back. It was a great time, and I can't wait to come back.
That's
And hopefully not give y'all spoiled beer. Anyway, okay, so I had to give you my barbecue fail because I forgot to give it on the show. But essentially this was maybe about, 9 years ago, give or take. I was using my first ever smoker, which was a Masterbuilt 40-inch cabinet. And that grill was great. The smoker was great. I learned a lot on it. And the one big flaw with that smoker is it didn't really have a diffuser plate over the fire pot where the wood, was also located. And this was gas, like a gas-assisted smoker pretty much. So I just remember one day, my kids were at school, and I had like some lardons or some ham hocks, something like that, super fatty pork that I was just trying to smoke. And I really was just trying to smoke it at a low temp. But with that thing, there's really not many
I'm just really trying
temperature
to smoke a low
ranges you
temp.
can set it on. And so I had those sitting on the top rack. I remember going to turn them over, and then I was going to leave to go pick up my daughter from school. And when I flipped it, a lot of the fat just dripped right down onto the wood and onto the fire that was at the bottom inside the cabinet, and that immediately caught fire.
Oh,
So
shit.
basically, that fire was probably about 8 to 10 feet wide outside of the smoker, and basically between where I was standing and the door back to my house. Mind you, if it would have caught my house, the house would have caught on fire because there was wood in that area, and my dog was in the house, so he was burned up. And in my mind, I freaked out immediately because it was connected to a propane tank. So I was like, this thing is about to blow up. So the only thing I could do was run down like the little side yard alleyway of my house, which wasn't that wide, and jump the fence. I broke the top of the wooden fence, and then I landed and jacked up my ankle. And then I called the fire department, and I called my wife, and she was like freaking out a little bit.
So get out of the house.
I called the fire department.
You're on fire.
They had to put the fire out.
Jesus.
And it was, everything was ruined. It burned it burned all the way down to the stainless steel. And then the fireman, walked past me, patted me on my shoulder and was like, hey man, I'm sorry that your smoker burned down. And
my God.
I was super sad.
Damn.
The wildest part was
we
they
are
just
too.
used like a little tiny fire hydrant to put it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, my smoker was Dunsky after that.
It didn't take much. He's
I
like,
was
yeah,
going
it
to
didn't
say,
take
I
much.
just felt sad and frustrated that I burned down my first ever smoker. And it was a big fail. None of the food was edible just due to the fact that it all was covered in flame retardant, fire retardant, whatever you call it. But anyway, that's my barbecue fail. Can't wait to hear more from the people out there. Y'all can find me at Hooks Rub, HOOKSRUB, on Instagram and TikTok. And then also hit up our website, www.hooksrub.com. Hope y'all have a great one. Peace.
Hooks just doing them right.
Jared just coming in there.
I like the fact that he just rolls in. It's like www.
Yeah, he just threw in a little
Right.
commercial at the end. Hey, way
World
to go,
Wide
brother.
Web is out there, just like hooks.com. Okay. No, this dude battled. That was a battle.
Fire's a fucking fire.
I'm just
Anytime
glad.
there's a fire.
I'm just glad that the fireman made the joke about the hey, sorry about the smoker. I'm just glad that he just didn't go, "What's for dinner?" Or you know what I mean?
Hey, knife, like it's like a knife to the neck. You're like, you are. You know what I mean?
I just like hearing that going through his head. He's like, my house is going to catch fire. My dog's going to get
Burned up. Gonna burn that pooch up.
Hey,
I grabbed the dog and
good.
then I went outside there and I tried to call my wife. I'm like, what?
no, nope.
Okay, real quick. I have a couple quick things. First off, I just got a text from my son saying that steak that I made tonight was one of the best steaks he's had in a long time. I want to throw that out there. Thank you, Luke. And then the second one is, I forgot to mention earlier, our giveaway that we got going for the barbecue wins and fails, which someone is going to win some
Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters.
Yes, Jared and our boy Cheese Curd.
JC.
Our end of the year giveaway. I can finally announce what we're getting. What someone is getting.
Let's go.
From Frank.
Yeah.
It is a previously unreleased. This thing is still in prototyping, but it'll be ready by the end of the year. It's an offset smoker, about a $2,800 value. And this has all been engineered by Frank, and it's going to be badass.
It is.
It's a backyard model offset smoker, $2,800 value.
Let's go.
But just a little something on top of there to get people to start
How is that
sending
little
in.
something? Like that's the big something.
Oh, that is the big something.
Yeah.
Follow along. For the folks, we want more barbecue wins and fails sent in. So from now to the end of the year, anybody that sends in a win or a fail is going to be in the running for a secondary prize. I don't want to call it a second prize. I don't call it first and second because this is still a badass prize.
Yeah, these are for the folks that, I mean, obviously we only have so many episodes per year, but this just opens up the category for people to get in and submit their stories, and they can be in the running to win what?
A Super 55 drum kit, just like the one we got. This is going to be pre-drilled, though, so it's going to be even easier to put together than the one we had. Somebody's going to win that. So anybody that sends in a fail or a win between now and end of the year is in the running, obviously for the first place offset if we use you on the show. But even if we don't use you on the show, you're in the running for one of these drums. So pretty badass.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Frank. And Jan, I guess.
No, Frank, yes. But like, hey, listen to this show. Like, you're welcome. Let's get in this.
Giving back is what we want to do.
We're trying to give back. We're trying to give you the smoker of your dreams. We're trying to give you a smoker that just lasts for like, I don't know, 15 hours on its own with a minimal with a minimal amount of charcoal and fuel. This is what we're talking about. Next morning, you wake up and it's still going.
Yeah, it's like a pellet smoker, but with flavor. I don't know.
Kind of.
Yeah. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Anyways, so send them in 834-829-2299. Sending your wins, sending your fails. You're going to be in the running. Even if we don't use you on the show, you are in the running.
Hey, one more time.
What?
Number.
434-829-2299.
There it is.
Yeah. And sending your questions for Frank too.
Yeah, exactly. And can we let's not gloss over the fact that JC, aka Cheese Curd, 13 years old, is he listening to the podcast, or is dad just rolling in that mom's or dad?
I just hope Cheese Curd wins it now.
They're winning it. They're winner chicken dinners.
Yeah, he is. Can we get a voicemail from Cheese Curd? We need to hear from him.
Let's go.
100%. And I will say that kid has already got a lot of sponsors, so he's out there killing it in the barbecue game.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You need a shot.
He needs a shot.
Oh, a shot, a moment, a opportunity.
Okay, I thought you meant like a
like the Eminem song.
Yeah, like a shot, like a
that shot.
Yeah.
One shot.
Okay.
One
he probably does need a shot. Shit,
Mom's,
I'm not saying that.
Spaghetti, all that good stuff.
Okay, Can we stop?
We need to end this.
Cut.
Hey, honestly, guys, it's been great talking barbecue with you. If you just have a moment in time, slide over to our website, check out GRABTHEBRISKET.com. That tells you everything and anything that we're involved with. There's a lot of recipes. There's a lot of directions towards all the beers that we reviewed, all our scores. There's sites that you can go check out.
Our blog,
the blogs. We're putting them out there. Probably not daily.
The best
but,
damn Bloody Mary you ever had in your life.
Yeah, that's coming up next.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. Peace.
Thanks, everybody. We've been great.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the NBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, Sucklebusters, and Dalstrong Knives for their contributions.
And you know YETI always has our back, and CoolieNation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks of Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.